ECRL and 2 gas pipeline projects awarded to Chinese firms will be shelved due to the government's fiscal position. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, who met Chinese President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang yesterday, says Beijing understands the rationale behind the decision. He says negotiations with regards to the compensation and other issues will be handled by government officials and the Chinese companies involved. The Prime Minister says the deals had no exit clauses, which means Malaysia will have to pay out huge sums to make up for backing out of the contracts. This was thanks to the stupidity of Dato Sri Najib Razak's administration in negotiating the contracts. He called these Najib's debts from projects which have no benefit to Malaysians and promised to find a way to exit these projects at the lowest cost possible. The news sent shares of Gabungan ECRL and HSS engineers tumbling by over 15 cents or 15% from the reference price. Bursa suspended the propriety day trading and intraday short selling of both counters for the rest of the day. Gabungan ECRL last traded at RM1.23, while HSS Engineers was at 95 cents. Petronas is keeping mum on the news report that former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Ahmad Badawi will take leave of its role as advisor in the national oil company. Quoting President and CEO Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli Wan Arifin, Bernama says he read it in the media and had no comment for now. A business daily had reported that the government had issued a notice of termination to the former PM. Quoting Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, it said the termination was deemed as a right decision, as the state oil company is a well-run company and does not require an advisor. Abdullah is expected to be asked to retire from his role during the course of Petronas' upcoming restructuring exercise. AMMB says first quarter FY19 net profit was up 6% to 347.59 million ringgit thanks to higher net interest income and lower expenses. Quarterly revenue came in 4.4% higher at 2.17 billion ringgit. Group CEO Dato Sulaiman Mohammad Tahir says the results point to a reasonable start to the new fiscal year. He adds that after a year of putting in place a series of fundamental changes, the bank now has a solid platform to grow further. Sulaiman believes the group is on track to achieve its full-year cost-to-income ratio target of 55% for FY19. He says the mBank Group will continue to maintain its focus on driving CASA growth as well as retail and business banking deposits. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says Dato Sri Najib Razak must account for the missing 19.25 billion ringgit in GST refunds monies after going to the police over the matter. Lim said in a statement today that there are 3 questions that the former PM and Finance Minister must answer. The first, he said, is whether Najib authorised that GST refunds not to be made within 2 weeks as required by the law. The second question is whether Najib approved former Treasury Secretary Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan Seriga's decision not to transfer the full amount of the refunds as requested by Customs. The third question is whether Najib gave the go-ahead for the monies to be recognised as government revenue and used as the government pleased. According to Lim, the police recorded his statement under Section 409 of the Penal Code, which provides for a jail term of between 2 and 20 years, with whipping and a fine. Local startup DIF Global Solutions launched its new e-hailing service, diffride, for potential drivers to sign up today. CEO Hannah Yong says 2,000 people have already registered to drive for the company. The firm aims to have 6,000 drivers and about 500,000 riders by year-end. Diffride pays its drivers a flat fee of 5 ringgit daily to ensure they are paid a fair remuneration. This fee gives drivers access to passengers via Diffride's platform and provides insurance coverage for both drivers and passengers. By not charging drivers a percentage of their fares, Yong explains they take home a larger cut of their earnings while consumers enjoy more competitive fares. Diffride drivers are also provided with telematics technology, allowing car owners and drivers to track the location of their car in case of theft. The management is currently screening drivers' profiles before submitting them to SPAT for approval.